Humans can be sad. That's cool. You're not alone in this world. But sometimes human sadness can give very strange outcomes. Sometimes the outcome of a person being sad can be fatal. And usually that means suicide. If being sad hurts, the obvious solution is to cope with it any way you can. But a lot of people don't see that. Have you lost a best friend, lost a pet, or have gone through a breakup and it hurts your heart? Well, even if you have, it almost never means you have nobody. It almost never does. You have parents that raised you, or you have siblings, or cousins, or aunts or uncles that will most likely support you. If that's not true, you have religious people you can join. Not to be a religious fanatic, but how can it be possible that someone as social as a human being has nobody to rely on? Get yourself another pet, or another boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever your preference is, and try again, knowing how the same mistakes can be prevented to keep your dog or your cat from dying, or to make your connection with your next partner stronger. What about money? Are you irritated that there are some YouTubers who have it easy? Who sometimes make more money than, say, a construction worker or a mailman? And what about lottery winners? Does it upset you that some people that make money are bad? Well, stop it. Invest time in something good. And when you do it knowing that just because you're not getting paid to do so does not mean you're doing it wrong. The world is not always like that. If your reward is not money, it's making those that take care of you proud. Unless you're being shamed by a famous person and his fan base attacks you, or unless you come from a poor home where you for sure have no food, you should be comparing your life only to those whose lives are worse than yours. It's selfish, but it's a solution. And what about death? Take a good look at yourself. Does your nation have a history of somebody who would kill himself in order to restore honor? Japan was a nation that did that. Maybe it still is. I get it. If your ancestors lived in that kind of place, you think it's within you to take your own life to restore anything at all. But if you're in a nation like the United States or Canada or somewhere in Europe, then why the heck do you want to kill yourself? If you are not 40 years old yet, why? If you're not more than 300 or 400 pounds, why? If something ends your chances of becoming someone you wanted to be, what makes you think there are no other alternatives? If none of the above applies to you, committing suicide is way too soon. It shouldn't even be an option. You're not allowed to let dark thoughts get the best of you. Let the best of you get the worst of dark thoughts out of your way.